Have you ever gone to bed and not been able to sleep, or fallen asleep and wake up in the middle of the night and stared at the alarm clock? Or worse yet, fallen asleep just before your alarm clock goes off? If you're a woman over 40, you know what I'm talking about. I'm Shauna Kay, female fat loss expert and author of this book, Lose Your Menopause Belly. And today what I'm going to do is share with you my 3 top tips on how to sleep and feel more rested. Now, as a woman over 40, we have a ton of things on our to-do list. And one of the most effective ways to ease your mind is to do a brain dump before bed. Maybe at the end of your working day, or maybe just before you go to bed. This is where I do my brain dump every day, so that I kind of make a to-do list, or the things that are weighing heavily on my mind, I put down on a list or put down on paper so that I don't feel like I'm going to forget it. As caregivers of the world, we have so much to do, and by just the act of writing it down or putting it on paper, we can kind of let it go out of our head. Now, the second tip I have for you is not particularly sexy, but it is to keep those regular hours even on the weekend. The second tip I have for you is to keep regular hours. Now, I know this isn't terrifically sexy, but it's very helpful if you want to improve your sleep quality. That means not staying up too late on weekends or sleeping in too late on weekends either. And it also means not having naps, because that's going to really interrupt with our rhythm. There's nothing worse than having late nights and late sleep-ins on the weekends and then staring at the ceiling on Sunday night. That sets us up for a week of being overtired and sleep deprived. Now, my third tip is to set yourself up. Set the scene for good sleep. Sleep might not always come, but you're never going to be able to fall asleep if you don't allow yourself. So sometimes I have clients that will say, well, I can't sleep anyway, so I might as well do XYZ. That's not the setting the scene for good sleep. So first of all, you want to have a dark room and you want to have a cool room. So 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit helps your body. It's a naturally cooler environment, and your body, the body's temperature is going to naturally decline. And so by setting the temperature, that's going to help. Now, darkness is super important, and this is another tip to going with setting the scene, is turning off those electronics and keeping a dark environment. Now, electronics, iPhone, iPad, computers, television, it gets that blue light into our brain, which interrupts the production of melatonin, and that interrupts our REM sleep, rapid eye movement, and that's the deeper levels of most restful sleep. So 30 to 60 minutes prior to bed, turning off those electronics completely, and that's going to help improve your rest. You also want to connect the dots between what you're eating and whether you're sleeping. This helps you to set the scene. So eating a big meal before bed, having caffeine in the afternoon or evening, that's going to probably interrupt your sleep. Sometimes food intolerances or excess sugar or red wine might interrupt your sleep, so you need to connect those dots. Prioritizing exercise is going to help you sleep, but make sure it's a little earlier in the day, because if it's within 3 to 4 hours of your sleep, it can cause some disruptions. And guess what? You just have to go to bed anyways. Maybe you want to relax with a book or a bath. Having a sleep routine prior to retiring helps your brain turn down. By doing that brain dump, having the darkness and the coolness, it's going to help you be more restful. And then you just have to be patient with yourself. Sometimes there are hormonal interferences that cause hot flashes, that sort of thing. However, by connecting the dots between food and sleep, you can do a lot with your lifestyle to minimize those disruptions. So again, my 3 tips: do the brain dump, keep regular hours, and set the scene and go to bed anyways to help yourself sleep. Now, I'm gathering a great group of women together on Facebook, a closed group called Healthy Secrets for Women 40 Plus. Please join us there. There's going to be all kinds of great tips and tricks and a supportive community to discuss solutions and get support and motivation. I will see you on Facebook.